Yeah, that tank every single time a round starts, it is tank deployment. I'm not dealing with any of these attacks. I do not want to deal with it. So it worked for Alejandro. I mean, if you can make it work, if you have the exercise skills, and we heard Randy, he said, 500,000 pounds last week. That is wild to me.
Yeah, Randy joined the 3-a-day club.
Okay, all right.
Yep, so he got like 200,000 in one day.
He's one of those people who's like basically more, he's closer to Reser Supreme than he is to Adam. He's probably more robot than he should kind of rip that left side apart for Adam there pretty quickly, and he shouldn't have to be worried anymore.
And then he'll just get to bank all that elixir and pour it into the other side. So hopefully he sets it up pretty well.
Yes. Our Spark Crow's on deck for Reser, so he's got to be careful if those Spark Crows come out. And it looks like actually he's going to go for the same strategy as Randy. And they're kind of all offense here tonight in our championship game. And we don't really care about our gates as long as we get the crystals. That's all that really matters.
I don't know if it's actually hitting his gate or not.
It's definitely not hitting that right side gate. Maybe he meant to, because there are some times where, as we've talked about, the tracking technology with the hands isn't always on point. So maybe he grabbed it and it auto-deployed on his crystal. I've had that happen before where I've just auto-deployed a champion. I'm like, well, that's not where that was supposed to go.
Oh, yeah, you have to keep your hands so far apart. I do like this weird behind my back stance. I'm like, no, wait. And then slowly bring it over. I'm like, okay, now we're in the right spot, because I've sent some grenades into some dumb places before, at nothing.
Yeah, we all might be battling it, as Adam said, to get our butt kicks just less than someone else, because they would absolutely just run through us with the levels they have on some of their units.
It really would. And Colby, if you're listening, this does not give you programming ideas.
No.
Don't do it. Don't.
No. Because then everyone will blame me, and I'm like, no, please don't put this on me. He still hasn't, Reser hasn't used them for Randy, who did take down a gate. So, like I said, it's impossible to know. I know the boss they had healing, so maybe it was a healing that they have. It's impossible to say. Their sidekick usage. They either use it or they just like, no, I just don't want to use it. Just kind of very arrogant of them.
It is. I like when I get Firehawked at the beginning of a round and I hadn't even put anything out, really. I'm like, sure.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. Randy actually saved that gate. I did not think he was going to be able to do it. That is really impressive. I was like, that gate's dead. That gate's long gone. Give Reser 500 points. So shout out to Randy for somehow burning through all of those. Unfortunately, Adam will now lose a gate, and things are not looking good here for him to try and get a gate and a crystal to tie up the score for Reser. And do they have? How does it work if you tie the boss?
It's just a tie, but it's not a loss.
That's true. Be dependent on. Well, we actually didn't get the exercise attack in, excuse me. So I think that will unfortunately doom his chances of a 9,000 score, but he's still going to have a very impressive score at 8,000 to 2,000, and Randy will pick up our spring championship.
Yeah, I imagine at this point, he's feeling tired, and the thought of doing another round of deadlifts or squats is just no.
No, that 6,000 point differential, very similar to what we've seen in previous weeks. So he probably feels, decently confident. I'm sure he would like that crystal just to guarantee, but he should be more than safe as those final seconds will tick down. Randy will be our champion with a very impressive performance. Those 8,000 points, one of the best we've seen all spring tournament. And Adam, a personal victory of being able to come back from what looked like doom, down 1,500 points in the final 5 minutes. No power-ups, no sidekicks to be able to tie the boss. Very, very impressive. Randy's our winner, but I think both these guys have to be very, very proud of their effort.